If you're planning to retire and buy an RV, one bad decision can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Because here's something many first-time buyers don't realize. A famous brand name doesn't always mean a better RV. Some of the biggest names in the industry are also the brand's experienced owners warn people about most. And by the time we get to number one, you'll understand why some experienced RV owners say the biggest risk isn't buying the wrong floor plan. It's buying from the wrong manufacturer. So let's count down 5 RV brands that retired couples should think twice about before signing on the dotted line. Starting things off at number 5, Coachmen. Now, I want to be clear about something before we get into this, because it applies to every brand on today's list. I am not here to tell you that any of these manufacturers makes a product that is going to fall apart the moment you drive it off the lot. That is not the point. The point is that when you are spending your retirement savings on something you plan to live in, or at least travel seriously in, the margin for error is very small. And some brands deserve a lot more scrutiny than others before you commit. Coachmen has been around since the 1960s. The name recognition is real. And if you walk into a dealership and ask to see something in your budget, there is a good chance a Coachmen product is going to be one of the first things they show you. Part of that is because they are widely distributed. Part of it is because the entry-level price points are attractive. Here is where the concern comes in. Coachmen products, particularly at the lower and mid-price ranges, generate a consistent pattern of complaints around fit and finish. Cabinetry that does not hold up the way you would expect. Furniture that starts showing wear faster than it should. Interior components that feel solid on the showroom floor but reveal their limitations after a full season of real use. These are not catastrophic problems, but they are signs of entry-level construction, and entry-level construction has a way of making itself known over time. For retirees who plan to put serious miles and real time into their RV, that matters. A unit that looks appealing at the dealership and starts feeling tired within 2 years is not what you want when the RV represents a meaningful piece of your retirement budget. Coachmen will have its defenders, and buyers who use their units for occasional camping rather than extended travel have sometimes had perfectly reasonable experiences. But for couples planning long-term use, the recurring fit and finish concerns are worth taking seriously. But while Coachmen's biggest problem is inconsistent build quality, the next brand has something much more dangerous. Problems that often stay hidden until the repair bill becomes very expensive. Before we get to number 4, if you're finding this helpful, hit that like button and consider subscribing. Around here, we talk about helping retirees avoid expensive mistakes and find RVs they can truly enjoy. Now let's keep going. Coming in at number 4, Dutchmen. Dutchmen is a brand that comes up regularly in conversations about disappointing ownership experiences. And the reason it lands here is that the complaints tend to cluster around a specific set of issues that are particularly damaging over time. Delamination is the one I want you to understand because it is the kind of problem that does not announce itself. What happens is the outer wall of the RV begins to separate from the interior framing, usually as a result of water quietly working its way into places it should not be. It can start as something nearly invisible, a small bubble in the sidewall, a slight waviness that you might not notice at first, and by the time it becomes obvious, the repair costs can be significant. Dutchmen owners report delamination concerns at a rate that shows up consistently enough in long-term reviews that experienced RVers have made a point of specifically warning first-time buyers about it. This is not a fringe complaint, it is a pattern. Slide-out problems are the other area where Dutchmen draws repeated criticism. Slides are one of the more mechanically complex parts of a modern RV, and when they do not function correctly, the impact on livability is immediate. You are either living in a smaller space than you planned for, or dealing with a slide that seals improperly and invites the exact moisture problem that leads to delamination in the first place. Dutchmen's pricing is attractive, and the floor plans look appealing on paper. But the gap between how an RV presents on a dealer's lot and how it holds up after 18 months of real use is where Dutchmen tends to disappoint people. For retirees who need reliability over years rather than seasons, That gap is a real risk. That said, the brand sitting at number 3 generates even more volume of owner complaints. And this one is a name almost every RV shopper encounters the moment they start looking. This is where things get interesting. Number 3, Keystone. Keystone is one of the largest RV manufacturers in the country, and that scale is a big part of why it lands here. When you are producing RVs at the volume Keystone does, across product lines like Cougar, Montana, Passport, and Sprinter, maintaining consistent factory standards becomes extraordinarily difficult, and the evidence that they have struggled with that consistency shows up constantly in owner communities. What stands out about Keystone specifically is how many complaints trace back to the factory. Owners describe taking delivery of a brand new unit and finding issues that should have been caught before it ever left the plant. Misaligned doors, loose fittings, plumbing connections that were not properly secured, trim that was not finished correctly. These are not problems that develop over time from normal use. These are problems that were present on day one, which tells you something about the quality control process. For retirees, that matters in a specific way. When you buy a new RV and immediately find yourself making a list of things that need to be fixed, you are starting your retirement on the wrong foot. You are dealing with dealers, waiting on parts, scheduling service appointments, and spending time and energy on problems that should never have existed. That is not the beginning of a dream. That is the beginning of a headache. Resale value is also worth flagging. In competitive RV resale markets, Keystone products, particularly at the mid and lower tiers, do not hold value the way brands with stronger quality reputations do. That is money out of your pocket when it comes time to sell or trade. As big as Keystone is, the next company operates on an entirely different level. In fact, chances are you've probably walked through one of their RVs without even realizing it. Number 2, Heartland. Heartland carries a certain reputation for spacious floor plans, attractive interiors, and features that look impressive in a showroom. And for a lot of buyers, that initial impression is genuinely compelling. The presentations are well done. The layouts are appealing. There is a reason the brand sells as well as it does. But here is what many of those buyers discover after they have been living with their Heartland for a year or two. The warranty and post-purchase support experience is where Heartland generates its most consistent and pointed criticism. Owners describe difficulty getting claims resolved in any reasonable time frame. They describe being passed back and forth between the manufacturer and the dealer without a clear path to resolution. Structural complaints that should be straightforward warranty issues turn into months-long ordeals. And the feeling of being left on your own with a product that is not performing the way you were told it would, that is a particular kind of frustration that shows up in Heartland owner communities with regularity. I want you to think about something for a moment. Imagine finally retiring after 40 years of work, putting a meaningful chunk of your savings into what you believe will be your home on wheels, only to spend the next year chasing repairs and waiting on parts. That is not just frustrating. That is time you will never get back. And it happens to people every year with brands that look great on the showroom floor and fall short when it matters most. To be fair, not every Heartland owner ends up in that situation. Some buyers, particularly at the higher end of the lineup, have had reasonable experiences. The floor plans are genuinely attractive, and some owners are happy with what they bought. But the warranty frustrations and structural complaints are too consistent and too well documented to overlook, especially for retirees who are working with savings they cannot afford to gamble with. Which brings us to number 1, and this one is going to generate some conversation. Now, some of you probably think you already know what's coming, but number 1 isn't here because one specific RV is terrible. It's here because buying from this company can sometimes feel like playing the lottery, and retirement savings are too important to leave to chance. Number 1, Forest River. Forest River is not quite a brand in the traditional sense. It is more accurate to describe it as a massive umbrella company that produces dozens of sub-brands across nearly every segment of the RV market. Coachmen, which we talked about at number 5, is actually a Forest River brand. So are Cherokee, Salem, Rockwood, Wildwood, Flagstaff, Cardinal, Wildcat, and many others. If you have spent any time shopping for RVs, you have almost certainly walked through a Forest River product, You just may not have known it at the time. And that is precisely the problem. When you buy a Forest River product, the name on the outside tells you very little about what you are actually getting. Quality and construction standards vary significantly from one sub-brand to the next, and even from one production run to the next within the same sub-brand. Some lines have earned better reputations than others, but the inconsistency itself is the issue. You cannot reliably predict what you are buying. And for retirees making a significant financial decision, unpredictability is a serious problem. The scale of Forest River's operation makes consistent quality control genuinely difficult to achieve. When you are producing this many units across this many brands at this volume, the manufacturing process becomes difficult to manage tightly, and the evidence shows up across owner communities. Similar complaints, fit and finish issues, components that do not meet expectations, service experiences that vary wildly depending on the sub-brand and the dealer, appearing across multiple Forest River lines year after year. What makes Forest River the top concern on this list is not that any one sub-brand is necessarily the worst in the industry. It is that when you are shopping for an RV under the Forest River umbrella, you are navigating a level of inconsistency that is hard to manage as a buyer. You can do your research on one sub-brand and feel confident, and still end up with a unit from a production run that did not meet the standard you were counting on. That kind of unpredictability is frustrating for anyone. For retirees spending savings they have spent decades building, it is a risk that deserves to be taken seriously. There are Forest River owners who will push back on this, and I understand that. If you have had a good experience with your Cherokee or your Rockwood or your Flagstaff, that is genuinely great. I am not saying every unit is a problem. I am saying the inconsistency is real. The complaints are widespread and well documented, and when you are in the market for an RV that is going to serve you reliably for years, that is worth knowing before you buy. So let's bring it all together. At number 5, Coachmen. Entry-level fit and finish that tends to reveal itself over time, particularly for buyers planning extended use. At number 4, Dutchmen. Delamination and slide problems that can stay hidden until they become expensive, and a track record that warrants real caution. At number 3, Keystone. Factory quality control issues that show up on delivery day and a resale picture that does not favor the buyer. At number 2, Heartland. Warranty frustrations and structural complaints that have left too many retired couples dealing with problems when they should have been enjoying the road. And at number 1, Forest River. Not because every Forest River product is bad, but because when you're spending retirement savings, unpredictability itself becomes the enemy. None of this means every unit from every one of these brands is going to cause you grief. But the patterns are real, they are documented, and they are worth understanding before you make a decision this significant. Now I want to hear from you. Which RV brand would you personally approach with caution? And which brand has genuinely treated you well? If you own any of the brands on this list, or if you have found a manufacturer you trust after years on the road, drop it in the comments. Those conversations help everyone in this community who is still trying to figure out the right call. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is a good time. Hit that button and turn on notifications. We cover these kinds of topics regularly around here. Until next time, travel safe, spend wisely, and I'll see you down the road.